Reverse aging? Yes, we can. And now you can too. We can restore cellular health through a process called pathway biology. I'm Dr. Julie Gilbert, a pharmacist whose goal it is to inform others of innovations in wellness. The following information is an excerpt from a presentation given by Dr. Eric Sanders on the 13th of July, 2022. The mindset we've all been taught to hold is that as we age, we get sick. That isn't necessarily true, as evidenced by this CNN article published on the 16th of July, 2022. Humans can get chronologically older while maintaining a much younger internal age, and with the mice shown here, the aging process was actually reversed. It's called pathway biology, and it means healing by activating natural biological pathways. We age because our metabolism burns oxygen to create energy, which we need, but the process also creates toxic byproducts that are harmful to our cells. Think of the way a combustible car engine works. The oxygen is needed to spark the fuel, which is good, but exhaust is also created. If you'd like to read more about the aging process, please get Dr. Sinclair's book shown here, Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to. In our cells, oxygen and nutrients are used to make ATP, or energy, that our cells need to function. Free radicals are created in the process, think car exhaust. These toxins wreak havoc on our cellular DNA, cell walls, and organelles. If these toxins aren't removed, we end up with cell damage and deterioration, and if this isn't stopped, the next steps are dysfunctions, disease, and eventually death. The diseases listed are associated with the aging process: arthritis, cataracts, diabetes, and so on. So, aging is due to the damage done to our cells. Back to the car analogy, some cars are 120 years old and are in great condition, while some are a few years old and look worn out. What determines the longevity of a vehicle? Well, it all depends on service and maintenance. If you could only own one car per lifetime, how would you choose to take care of it? We only have one body. If taken care of properly, it'll last a long time. Cellular damage can be repaired. The aging process can be reversed. The Hallmarks of Aging is an article that was published in 2013. The PubMed citation is shown here on the slide. To date, the identified hallmarks haven't changed. You see the chart listing the effects of aging, which includes telomere shortening. Once telomeres become too short, mistakes are made in DNA replication. Cellular dysfunction follows because our cells no longer function as they should. So what can be done about normal cellular damage from energy production? Our body naturally produces stem cells that replace damaged cells. As time goes by, though, the stem cells become exhausted and/or depleted. Decreased quality of stem cells leads to decreased quality of the newly formed cells. When the cells are no longer healthy, think young, we start seeing wrinkles in the skin and thinning, discolored hair, as well as other dysfunctions that we saw listed earlier. But we now have X39, the world's first stem cell activation solution. X39 is a small cellular patch made of double layers of medical-grade hypoallergenic adhesive with very specific amino acids in between. These patches are about prevention and allowing the body to heal in a natural way by maintaining cellular health via biological pathways. Sound like science fiction? I'm sure it does, but it works through the concept of photobiomodulation, which is an ancient therapy that was used all the way up until the advent of antibiotics, at which time photobiomodulation was made to appear as quackery and everyone was converted to start taking pills. The specific amino acids contained in the patch emit near-infrared frequencies that stimulate downstream signaling pathways. In the case of the X39 patch, the pathway is through GHK copper, a tripeptide. GHK copper is a signaling compound that tells our brains to activate stem cell production. Increasing levels of GHK copper leads to increased stem cell production naturally. This slide tells us more about GHK copper. This compound exerts activity on approximately 4,000 genes. By age 30, the levels in our body have considerably declined. At around age 20, we have approximately 200 nanograms per milliliter. But by age 60, that level drops to around 80 nanograms per milliliter. Think this is too good to be true? Think again. This works by the same mechanism as the sun's rays stimulating our bodies to make vitamin D. By reflecting specific light waves through our skin, we can activate natural biological pathways. No electricity, no medications, no injections or supplements or chemicals, just light. The chronic conditions shown here are generally accepted as a part of aging. What happens when we develop these conditions? Well, we're given medications. But what about instead of getting to this point, we avoid putting chemicals in our bodies by maintaining our cellular health before any dysfunction occurs? We can prevent the effects by removing the waste products in our cells naturally. Here we illustrate the effects of GHK copper. It's active in skin remodeling, cancer cell death, stomach lining and intestines, bone, liver, hair follicles. It promotes wound healing and has effects on pain as it is active at the mu receptors, also known as the opioid receptors. Myriad studies exist in the medical literature regarding GHK copper, so do your due diligence and see for yourself. This is a summary of findings in the literature showing that what GHK copper has a role in. So you've started on the patches. When can you expect results? That depends on the rate of cellular turnover. Different cells in the body are replaced at different times. Most people will experience results within a week. For others, it may take a bit longer, but nearly everyone has results within 30 days. An independent study found that X39 users had a GHK copper level response 100% of the time, whereas those on placebo had no response. This is a published peer-reviewed article. The patch system comes with a full 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose at all by trying them, yet stand to gain more energy, reduced swelling, improved wound healing, mental clarity, and so forth. These are but some of the reported benefits of simply applying a patch. There are additional patches available. Each patch has amino acids specific for a certain biological pathway. We're talking mainly here on X39, the stem cell production, but want you to know there are many other patch types available. Based on studies, there are 90-day protocols that have been developed specific to your goals. These are already bundled together and come in a 90-day supply ready for you to use. The company owns 130 plus patents, so again, the various patches work to activate differing pathways based on varying frequencies. Thank you for learning about photobiomodulation and how the concept is applied to allow your body to repair itself through a simple patch. There is nothing entering your body other than light waves. Your body does the rest. Get started now on your path to health and wellness the natural way. So you can order at lifewave.com/Julie Gilbert, or you can contact me via email. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.